Hello, everyone, and welcome to Table Crashers, Geek Spiel show where we interview people and play games. So my name is Chris Walters, aka Tiny Rhino, and I am here with Ben Watkins.
Yeah.
Ben, I want to start off with a little bit of an interview with you, just talking about, your inspiration for the game, kind of how this process has been for you. But to start, how did you get into game design, and specifically, what led you to your game, which we're going to be playing tonight, Thief's Hoard?
Man, that feels like such a loaded question. But,
it is 100% a loaded question.
You'd think it'd be such an easy answer. I think I've always just really enjoyed playing tabletop games, and back in like 2012-ish, I decided just randomly I wanted to make kind of a steampunky kind of card game. Just kind of for the heck of it, and so I grabbed some old cereal boxes and started cutting out the cardboard and drawing on it, and getting some paper and making cards and just trying to put something together and see if it could work. And then it wasn't long after that an unpub was announced for my town here in Columbia, and an unpub is just like a collection of designers that bring their games and people can come play test them. And I took my game there, and people liked it, and I got a lot of really interesting feedback, and I just kind of caught the bug, and I started designing some other games. And it wasn't very long after that the first version of Thief's Hoard came along back in 2013. So this game is 5 years in the making until I really felt like it was perfect. And I think it's because it's that first project that I really attached to that I couldn't do anything with it until I really felt like it was absolutely ready.
Yeah, I understand that. And you brought up Columbia, and it's funny because we actually met at CantCon in Kansas City, Missouri here a couple of weeks ago. And Ben and I both live in the same town, so it's interesting, kind of the small world that we live in. We actually found out we work at the same place, and it's quite a funny little story.
Yeah, small world, man.
Right. Ben, a question about, so this isn't your all's first release. You have one game that's currently being released, and one that's you're finishing up and designing here that you're hope to releasing in a little bit as well, correct?
Yes. Yeah, where we have one published game. Thief's Hoard is our hopefully second published game, and then we have one that's very nearly ready to be published.
Right. And you can find both. I for sure know you can find Thief's Hoard on Kickstarter, which you all are currently in your campaign, but your other game Materia is found on your all's website, right?
Yeah, it's on our website. The Kickstarter page still exists as well. So if you find our profile on Kickstarter, you can find the landing page for Materia and see all the info about it there. So I think I just copied most of what I put in the Kickstarter onto my website anyway. So it's pretty much the same info. But yeah, we that campaign went really well, and I'm down to my last of stock with the first printing of Materia.
Awesome. Yeah, there's another game that I got to see at CantCon. Wanted to talk about Thief's Hoard. So what was the inspiration for this game in particular? Because I know in talking to you, and you have this kind of idea for stretch goals and expansions down the road, but I think that we need to establish kind of what that inspiration was for you first before we start talking about those.
Sure. So Thief's Hoard came from essentially a group of my friends and I got into steampunk in 2012, 2013, and you put costumes together and then you kind of make a character out of it. And steampunk is very DIY. It doesn't have there's no book that says these are all the characters in steampunk. Pick one.
Right.
You kind of do your own thing, and we started filming a short web series. We were total amateurs at it, but we just had fun and went out there and just tried to make a story. And the one episode that I wrote and also directed was about this gang of thieves that the good guys are chasing around a western town. And I loved the idea of that thieving gang so much because they were it was kind of a lighthearted, funny kind of thing. And with moments of seriousness, but I really attached to the entertaining aspects of it and wanted to make something that's centered around some of those characters, and then expanding to other characters over time that were kind of within our little steampunk universe. And so I wanted to create a game that was all about thieving, and thieving really interesting and cool artifacts. Things that either don't really exist, or are just really freaking cool, historically speaking. So I started putting together kind of an idea of how I wanted that to play out, and over the last 5 years, playtest after playtest after playtest, it eventually evolved into what we're going to be playing here in a little bit, which I feel really shows off the idea of thieving. It's not just a theme, put on top of a random mechanic. I very meticulously picked mechanics and adjusted things so that it really felt like, that you were this kind of old-timey robber that's going around picking up all these really interesting artifacts and trying to be the best at it.
Yeah, and you were talking about kind of your all's steampunk world and the costumes and kind of the DIY part of that. You all are actually the inspiration for the art on those cards, those character cards, correct?
Yeah, every character that you see in the game is a real person with a costume and a persona, and they lent their likeness to the game. I had photos of them in their costumes, and I went through several things in Photoshop to take them to be what they are now. About 90% of the graphic design that you see in the game was done by me, and then the artifacts, the illustrations on those, was done by artist named Rodney Hussman, and then our stretch goal artifacts are done by Mario the Artisan Rogue, because my original artist got deployed to Kuwait, so I couldn't ask him to draw more cards.
It's a little hard, a little occupied with some other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of your stretch goal art and the inspiration for those artifacts, so I know you said that in your base game, the artifact inspiration is just kind of, and I got to see some of the cards, a lot of the cards because we play tested at CanCon. We're just kind of that general inspiration of, again, like you said, the items you can or can't think of, some of those things that just seem like these unattainable, rare, artifacts that someone might want to steal. But you talked about some of those stretch goals being packets or pockets of artifacts from different ideas and genres. And I wanted you to highlight a couple of those if you could.
Sure.
What were some of the inspiration there?
So in our original base set for the game, which is not in the base set anymore, but was probably the most popular item in the deck, was the Ark of the Covenant. It was that one little fandom thing I threw in there, and people just loved it. It was kind of a game-ending thing, and it would always just kind of flip the table kind of atmosphere with everybody just going nuts. And I liked that idea, the idea of it, so much that I wanted to take the Ark of the Covenant and then put it in a set with other items that are related to it. So now one of our stretch goals is a set of 4 artifacts: a fertility idol, the Sankara stones, the Holy Grail, and the Ark of the Covenant, and we call it the Jones set, because we can't say Indiana Jones, but we could say Jones.
right.
And then we have some other ones that are inspired by other genres. We have a historical set, so it's all based on real things. We have a mythology set where we chose artifacts from different mythologies around the world, from the Monkey King's staff to the Spear of Destiny to Zeus's lightning in a bottle. And then we had another one. I have quite a few friends that are big fans of the old Gargoyles cartoon, and there was a set of artifacts that was like their kind of world-ending thing,
right? And
it was the Grimoire Marcanorum, the Phoenix Gate, and the Odin's Eye,
right?
So we kind of renamed those a little bit and visually represented them in a fandom way, and then added in a stone gargoyle along with that set. And then one of our last sets that we're throwing in there, if we can get all the way to that stretch goal, is the Cthulhu set, because everybody loves Cthulhu.
Right.
So there's lots of cool stuff from the Cthulhu mythos that could be potentially added in. And anything that we don't get to a stretch goal on this particular campaign, we're going to package that up as one of our first expansions, and then let people that have bought the base game come back and get it as an add-on. But if we get it as a stretch goal, I'm just going to give it as part of the Kickstarter reward. So I'm hoping that it incentivizes people to come after it. We've also been adding some new stretch goals. I added a secret mini expansion that I didn't even tell you guys about at CampCon. So
yeah, I saw that, and it's listed here as just secret mini expansion.
Yep.
And so I'm curious to hear what that is. Hopefully, we get everyone to that fourth stretch goal.
Yeah, and I think we can get there. We're only 50 Facebook likes and getting 100% funded, and then those are the 2 achievements that we need to get to the mini expansion. But basically, the mini expansion creates it's a new side deck, and it's, when you lay it out, it's a market of thieving equipment, and you can buy a piece of thieving equipment for prestige, which is our currency in the game, right. and it gives you an additional static ability.
Yeah, and those abilities definitely. I mean, we'll get into the game, and we'll talk a little bit about kind of the ways that you have abilities, but having that extra piece will definitely be valuable. Yes, everyone loves Cthulhu. I'm actually really excited about the monster artifact group, which is the stuffed chupacabra, words are hard, leviathan hide, the mermaid tail, and Fenrir's fur. So just a whole bunch of, again, for the kind of, I'm a history and mythology nerd as well, and again, who doesn't love a good Indiana Jones reference, right? So hearing these things just feel, I know one of the things we talked about was kind of the nostalgia of this game, and those artifacts are a really easy way to incorporate some of the nerdy history geekdom that I think a lot of folks that kind of lend themselves to kind of this archaeological thieving kind of concept already know and love, right? Like, this game does play extremely well. The first time you talked about it, I immediately thought of Indiana Jones, right? So it definitely has a feel that I think these extra expansions and these card sets really live up to. Yeah,
and the monster set, I'm surprised that I didn't think about that off the top of my head, because the art for that set is among some of my favorite art pieces from the stretch goals. The Leviathan hide just looks so freaking cool. I really, really hope that we get close to it so I can show it off. And if we knock it out of the park and get all the achievements, I'm actually going to pay my artist Mario to go back, and he's going to do all the artifacts in watercolor.
That's right. I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So that would be super, super cool. It's not necessary to the game by any means, but it would just look really, really cool.
Right, 100%. I wanted to talk a little bit about, you mentioned the backer achievements, and you've done something that I think we on our show have talked about often, which is kind of a combination between a funding goal and some of these extra goals, like number of backers, and you all also have Twitter followers here. What was some of the inspiration about doing your stretch goals in a slightly different way?
Well, I mean, mainly it comes from I have a particular philosophy around making these games, and I would love it if I could design games full time and that would pay my bills. But I'm not out to like get rich doing this, and so for me, the aim was never to create gates of how much money I need to have to make these things, because in a broader perspective, in a card game like this, adding more cards, the cost is almost negligible to me. So, I didn't feel right sort of holding that stuff back in a way that, where I'm asking for more money. And then, of course, the other way about it is that I'm trying to connect more with the people that want to play my games and other designers, and the only way for me to do that is to sort of push my social media to a point where I can have that audience. And even though we've been going to gaming conventions and showing our games for darn near 5 years now, growing a community face to face is very, very, very slow.
Right.
So this was also a way to sort of invigorate our audience and build that audience for our games in particular, because we want to be able to make lots of games that are affordable and really fun. I don't want to be the one hit wonder, and I don't want to be out there just trying to make the biggest minis game that I can and be doing hundreds of thousands
fund a
of dollars.
campaign with $170 price tag.
Right. Yeah. I'd rather sell a whole bunch of games at $20 to $30 than putting stuff out there for over $100. And that's just a personal philosophy. There's I'm not saying that the mini games are bad. They make their money, and and it costs a pretty penny to make those kind of games. But I like the experience of designing the game and also having people play it. So I just can't get enough, and I just want to keep designing new stuff, and I keep wanting to put new stuff out there instead of just focusing on like one project for the next 2 years with all the intricacies that go into such a a larger game concept.
Right. Well, and you talked about expanding your reach and so on, and again, you do that at the local cons and conventions, but again, not only do you get a small number, but you also get from a very localized area. So it sounds like this is the one part of that is that it's nice to be able to expand that reach beyond just this kind of local area. And then again, when you're talking about expanding, that's where you're going to see that growth. But you also, I think one of the things we don't touch on often is that this field, this hobby is a luxury hobby and an expense for a lot of folks, and something we can do without. But in the same respect, there's a big difference between a $60 game where I might get a lot of playthroughs for, but it's hard to get on the table and all of these pieces, versus something that's very portable, like Thief's Hoard, that's $20 on Kickstarter, right? And it's really affordable and transportable, and I would argue still has a lot of replayability, the ability to throw down some cards. It plays about 15 minutes a player, and being able to just kind of, it's got a lot of a got you mechanic. And so if that's something you're super into, it's a really quick version of that player versus player component. And gosh, it's just wonderful. So again, we're going to jump in on the table here in a second, but I think what I would express to our watchers and viewers right now is that if you're looking for a game that really kind of provides you with the opportunity to play it several times at a really affordable price, this is a project I would definitely consider you backing. So
and actually there's one more thing I'm working on with the game.
Go ahead, man.
I got this suggestion on Kickstarter, and then I got it separately from somebody else. So I've been actively working on it, and hopefully after the weekend I'll be able to make an announcement. I've been working on a solo play variant of Thief's Hoard, where it's you versus the Pinkertons, and you're trying to, if you get arrested, then you lose. Whereas in the party game, if you get arrested, you can kind of keep playing. But I've been designing a solo play variant, and I've been talking to my artist Mario about some ideas. We might be making a special thief card for it. Or depending on how it plays, we might be designing a few cards for it, so you can kind of restructure the deck and then be able to play it, with very, very few cards and do a solo play variant. So we are working on that, and then we're also working on a couple of new pledge levels that we're hoping some of our current backers might up their pledge and want to get some extra cool stuff. But I'll save that for the next announcement.
Okay. Well, that'll keep people wanting more. I will say that you all have 15 days left in your project. Excuse me. And you all are, you're over halfway. You're what, 2/3 of the way there? It looks like around 4,100 towards your $6,000 goal. So that's very attainable. You all have plenty of time. And so hopefully that this playthrough and the interview kind of helps folks get energized and excited about your all's project. So
I hope so. I really do.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Well, it's about that time. We're going to hop into our game here. And before we start, I want to go ahead and introduce us to a couple of players at the table. So we're on our table now. We'll start with someone who has been a recent fan of our, and extremely valuable part of our channel, Will, aka Happy Fun Time Live. Will you say hi to everyone for me?
Hi. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, Will has been a fan of the show for a little bit and been a good friend to us. Also does some streaming around similar topics, and we've kind of built a great camaraderie and rivalry in a positive way, right? A positive rivalry with Will.
We love each other. We love each other more than our significant others. Love us.
Right. We keep saying that is we've kind of built a family relationship here at Geek Spiel. So, and then I want to also introduce Kit, aka Josh. Josh, say hello.
Oh yeah. Oh, hi.
I love how Kit comes out of nowhere with I just picture someone like drinking a glass of wine in his, in front of his computer, acting all distracted, and then suddenly just turns to the camera and is like, hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Right. Kit doesn't have a camera, but just know that that's what he's doing right now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into the rules explanation, which I'll have Ben do here in just a second, I want to remind everyone that our producer, Matt, several of us are in chat and looking at chat. So if you have any questions for Ben, it looks like his co-creator and designer is also in chat. Dadbod 2020, if you are in the chat, that is, and David is his actual name, right? But feel free to post those questions, and we can throw those out to Ben kind of when we're going through the playthrough of the game. I know both Kit and Will have some questions as well, so we'll let Ben start off with an intro, and then we'll play the game and ask those questions. So Ben, why don't you do us a quick run through, and we'll go from there.
Cool. Okay, so Thief's Hoard is a fast-paced game of thieving. The goal of the game is to acquire $10,000 of precious mythological or legendary artifacts and hold them until your hoard until the end of the round. And if you can do so, then you win. Getting artifacts is easy. The hard part is hanging on to them because everybody else wants them too. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of setup. Each of us needs to pick a character, and every character has a unique ability. So you can pick up and grab whichever one you want and take it over to your play area. I'm going to grab Beatrice because she's one of my favorite characters.
I don't remember, Ben. Is there like a theme-based way to figure out who goes first?
There is
in
not.
Your game? Okay.
Oop, I didn't mean to do that. I took these to my hand accidentally. There we go. No, actually, the rules don't specify how to determine first player. We let people just kind of figure that out, however they want to do that.
Sure.
All right. So once you have your character card, then you're going to want to put it on top of your heat score card. If I can.
Here, I'll help you out, Ben. Just move your heat score up. There you go. And then you got it.
Yeah. So you want to put your character card on top of the heat score card so that the 1 is showing. And in Tabletop Simulator, it's a little bit. It takes a little bit of finagling to do that. So everybody get a character, put it on top of your heat card. That's going to track how much heat you have in the game, and then you also need to draw 3 prestige cards, which is these yellow hand cards in the middle. That's our currency of the game. You're going to be spending it in order to steal things.
And that prestige is hidden, right, Ben?
Yes. Yes, we shouldn't be able to see it while it's in your hand.
Right.
And then you'll also want to draw 5 thief cards, which are the black ones that say Thief's Hoard on them. The most important thing about the thief cards is that they can be played at any time, There is no turn specifically in this game. So unless the card tells you when to play it, you can play it anytime. So timing is a big part of the strategy here. Being able to play a card at the right time on the right person could be the difference between you getting ahead or not. We're also going to want to, you're going to want to search the artifact deck and pick one of the items that is worth $2,000 and put that in front of you. And that's going to be your opening hoard. That's going to be the first item that you have. So we should have 5 thief cards, 3 single prestige cards, an item worth $2,000, and a character. And you guys just let me know when you've got that. While you're getting that set up, one more thing I can tell you is the black thief cards, some of them might say attachment. And an attachment means you can put it on one of your artifacts, and it will change the value or the properties of that card. And you can only have one attachment on an artifact at a time. Once an attachment is on there, it's considered permanent and moves with the artifact if it's stolen or discarded.
All right, we'll let Kit grab his. Okay, because for some reason it wasn't letting me. There.
Yeah, well, because he was searching. Yeah, everybody, you can only pull it one at a time. There we go.
Perfect.
So I'm just gonna make a note real quick. Kitsume already took the character that I was hovering over, so it's on like Donkey Kong right off the bat here.
Right, already hate Kit. Huh?
Usually, if we're playing with several people that have a favorite character, what we'll do is we'll put all the character cards face down, and then choose random.
I like it. Yep.
I was going to pick the top.
Okay, so generally speaking, for the purposes of a demo and instruction, so that I can explain things as they happen, it's usually easiest for me to be the first lead thief so that I can walk you through the different phases. Does that sound okay to everybody?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Sure. Go ahead and cheat.
It's not cheating. It's that I have.
I'm busting your back.
I'm the designer. I take precedence.
Right. I will tell you that if you're going to pull the influence, the designer is in the influential person card. I will poke your bubble a little bit, as we have a tendency to beat our designers in their own game on the show.
Mostly,
not always, but
that is a highly likely possibility. David is actually better at this game than I am.
Okay.
We played on a live stream on the launch of the Kickstarter on that day, and David beat me. I think it was 6 times to 5.
Oh, okay.
So like he was beating me like 4-0, and then I started coming back, and then he beat me out on the last game. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle both decks real quick just to make sure that everything is copacetic. All right, so
one more thing, Ben. I'm just going to say, just for bidding's sake, the things in front of you guys, you're just going to hit the enter bid button, and then you'll pay the amount of cards that you bid on that little device in front of you. We had to put that in the mod just because trying to hide the amount that you're bidding wasn't working out. So let's just make sure that we're hiding our bids for each other.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you, Will. And yeah, Will helped put this. Well, he did. He put this whole thing together, and then me walking through the game with him kind of made us discover a few things that needed just a little bit of tweaking. You know, in the regular tabletop version, you can put cards face down and you're fine, but in a virtual setting, it was a little bit more difficult to get that figured out.
Right.
So, all right, so the lead thief, their responsibility is to call out the phases as they happen. So you should be able to see that you have a round phase card in front of you, and you can zoom in on that and look at the phases as I walk through them if you need to. So I'm going to go to phase 1. Phase 1 is gain prestige. Each of your artifact cards have a couple different things going on. You have a dollar amount that it's worth, you have a prestige amount that it's worth, and then you have a heat value which is the flame icon. So when you have multiple artifacts, you'll add up all the yellow hands, and then you will draw that many from the prestige decks in the middle. So currently, all of us should be gaining 3 more, except for whoever's red.
Yeah, that is me, aka Chris, because my my self-proclaimed king of bandits. And during phase 1, I get bonus prestige if I'm under 5,000, and 4 bonus prestige if I'm over 5,000. So
Exactly. Yep. Adrian Colt is our rich boy. Okay, so that was phase 1. That's all that happens there. Phase 2 is called casing the joint. That's where I draw the top museum card, and I'm going to put it out kind of in the middle here and flip it over so that everybody can see it. The artifact that has been revealed in the museum is the Asgardian hammer, worth $3,000. It'll be worth 5 prestige if it's in your hoard, and it will give you 3 heat points if you can steal it. We go directly into phase 3. Phase 3 is bid or draw. You can enter a secret bid to steal the item, or you can draw a thief card. If you choose to bid, you can bid any amount of prestige that you currently hold. You can't bid more than you have, obviously, and you cannot bid less than 1. If you do bid, whatever you bid will get discarded. So it's not that you're risking your prestige, you are spending it, and you're trying to outspend the other players. Now, I am going to go ahead and enter a bid.
Right, and that's even if like I don't win the bid or the bid, I still have to pay that.
Correct. Win or lose, you have to pay the bid. So I'm going to enter a bid just so that we can see how this works. And I'm going to hit submit on mine. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you can see like who's submitted bids and stuff. Now, if not everybody bids, I guess if you take a card on the tabletop simulator version, you might have to enter a bid of 0, just to say that you're not bidding and taking a card, because I think it requires all of us to bid and submit for it to finish. Is that right, Will?
Yeah, everybody who's actively in the game, I believe. Did everybody do it?
I just need to submit it. Can I go ahead and submit it?
Yes.
Yeah, submit.
Yeah, submit as soon as you're
Do the
ready.
countdown 3, 2, 1, and then submit.
Okay.
That's awesome. Perfect.
Okay, so it looks like Chris bid 5, so he's going to spend 5. I'm going to spend 3, and Chris is going to take that.
Well, so just for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna just so everybody understands how this works.
Right, just for demonstration.
Just for demonstration.
Sure.
I'm gonna play this card.
Nice.
On the winner.
Perfect.
Okay.
So counterfeit. Yeah.
Hey, my cards are white.
You don't
Well,
see
that's
your
weird.
text on them?
I see nothing.
You're
on mine.
gonna have to back out and come back in. It just didn't load for you. That's all.
Okay. I just realized
Back
that all
out,
my
come
cards
back
are
in.
white.
That could be a disadvantage.
A little bit. So basically, what's happening there is, even though Chris won the bid, I played this card, and all I had to do was bid 1 to be able to play this, and I'm able to steal it from him. And there's a good chance that he has something in his hand he can come back at me with now, or he can wait for something with more value later on. And that's basically the name of this game, right?
Yep. Yep. Pretty much. Yeah. Counterfeit bills is one of the more popular cards. Regardless of what you bid, you're going to win. So Will is going to take the card into his hoard, and then his heat increases by the number on the card. So his heat is going to go up 3 points. What are you doing? That's mine.
Oh, I thought that was
Put it
mine.
up here for
I thought
you.
that was mine.
No, yours is the hammer, man.
Moliere.
Now, Ben, one of the things that I want to highlight is during this phase, if someone had not bid, they get to draw a thief's card, correct?
Correct. Yes. If you want to abstain from bidding, then you get an extra thief card, and there are not many opportunities to get extra thief cards. So abstaining from bidding is one way, and then the second way is just coming up. So we are on phase 4. You'll see that phase 4 and 5 are gold colored. So the person that holds the gold coin, the lead thief, is the one that gets to act in these phases. Phase 4 is a thieving battle, where I can declare one artifact on the table and attempt to steal it. And since Will is in the lead, I'm going to attempt to steal his Blackbeard's hat. And so...
And here's a good example. Since you already announced that you were going to steal it, that takes precedent over me playing this card. Because we talked about this when I play tested or I played with you earlier.
Correct.
There's no response like in Magic the Gathering. Once somebody announces what they're doing, you can't react with one of these cards. You have to already have it on the table.
Yes, there are no reaction cards. Everything is resolved in chronological order of when it actually happened. So that was one thing that we actually clarified in the newest rule set, is specifically during phase 4, once the artifact is declared, then the battle must be resolved before anything else can happen. So yeah, if you wanted to lock it down with your secret stash, you would have had to do that before that phase. So you could do that on your hammer and protect your hammer, but Blackbeard's hat is currently up for grabs. So for me to steal Blackbeard's hat, I have to spend the prestige that it says on the card. So it says 3. So I'm going to throw 3 into the bank here, and then Will and I will each draw 1 thief card from the top of the deck, and then we will flip them and read the bottom right-hand number. We use this as our random number generator, and I have a 4, and it looks like Will has a 2. So unless Will has a card to play on top of this, I'm going to win.
No. You win.
All right. So all the battle cards get discarded. I take the I take Blackbeard's hat to my what's the hotkey for rotating?
Q and E.
Yes, Q and E.
Q and E. Got it. There we go. That's much faster. When you steal from another player, you gain half the heat points rounded up of the card. So I only go up 1 heat point for stealing from Will.
Now I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
Now, can the thief sword cards be played at any time?
Yes, they can be played any time. In fact, the timing of the cards can be very important.
So, I mean, if I wanted to do that to Will's hammer.
So read the very last line of that one.
Oh, you cannot see the secret stash. Okay.
Yeah.
So you do that. It's for other items, though, correct?
Yes, there are lots of attachment cards in the game that increase value and are really positive cards, and then there are some negative ones. So that particular card would help you with anything else. Oh yes, there's lots of negatives in the game, but there are some positives. Okay, so that was
negative for me.
That was phase 4. Phase 5 is buy cards. I can buy extra cards from the Black Thief card deck. 3 prestige gets you 1 thief card. You can buy 3 maximum. I am currently out of prestige, so I can't buy any. However, my character's ability is during phase 5, I can draw a thief card at no cost. So I'm going to draw 1 to my hand, and then I will call phase 6 and move the token over to Chris's position, and then we can start a new round. And that is essentially how the game is played until someone gets $10,000.
Cough, hacks over there.
I don't know why you're winning right now, Will. I don't know why you're so nervous. Okay, well,
don't worry.
Okay. Well, I'm going to begin phase 1, where everyone go ahead and grab prestige.
Oh. So it's based on what we currently have in front of us. Oh, I get 5, guys. Did you guys see that?
Oh, you got 5 guys? Man, I didn't know you like
5.
burgers and fries.
Ooh,
oh, nice one.
Boo, hiss.
All right. Great joke. Okay, so now I'm going to case the joint, and it looks like the Mask of Anubis is up for.
Ooh, I like that one.
So I think we're at a bidding. We're at phase 3 here. So
I'm actually going to abstain from bidding. I am drawing an extra thief card. And by the way, guys, you can only hold up to 7 thief cards, and you cannot voluntarily discard. You have to actually use them in order to get rid of them.
Wait. Oh no! You guys already bid?
I'm sorry. Will, did you not? I thought you said you had put in 2.
No, I was not ready. I'm sorry. My bad. But it's okay. Don't worry about it because
no, that's fine. Go ahead and rebid, Kit. I'm not looking at what you did.
Okay, I was going to play this before that happened, where I get to take a card from the thief card discard.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So let me just search that real quick.
I wonder which card he's going to take.
Yeah, I wonder which one that would be.
I wonder which card.
Weird. Which
So
card?
Will, if you end up winning the mask, you're going to be at like 7 hit points, right? I just wanted to double check on that.
Where was that?
I said, so if you win the mask, you're gonna be like up to 7 heat points, right? Out of 10.
Oh wait, what am I gonna be?
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, you do your thing. I'm gonna shut up now.
All right. Well, it sounds like it's now phase 3 time. So let's go ahead and bid.
Okay.
Now that everybody knows what's gonna happen, I wonder what they're gonna bid.
Do I don't know if I want to bid anymore.
Or maybe he's trying to bluff us. Maybe he's trying to bluff you into not bidding.
Yeah, I think I just want to draw a card at this point.
No, I'll still bid.
I bid.
This card. All right. I think that's just you 2 bidding. So if you've done a thing, then
you still have to. If you're gonna bid nothing, you still have to bid nothing.
Yeah.
There you go.
It still only has Kit bidding 1.
So that means Will didn't bid?
I did not. I'm just going to collect a thief card.
Oh.
Man, I'm so glad I decided to still bid.
Bluffing is a big part of the game. That is.
So in doing that,
true.
I'm actually going to on that mask.
Oh, he locked it down.
Ooh.
Don't forget, you still have to go up your 3 heat there, Kit.
Yep. Don't forget about your 3 heat points.
2 because I only gained 1 less when stealing from the museum.
That's right. You are Selena.
Oh, the character I wanted. Weird.
Yep.
Okay.
Funny how that works out, huh?
Weird.
Right.
So I got 2.
Well, all the good stuff is locked down for phase 4. I'm going to go to someone's base card, I think. And Will doesn't have one. That's sad for him.
So wait, who didn't bid? We collected the thief card after that. We didn't bid, right? Did you guys already get yours?
I grabbed
you all
one.
got thief cards.
Yeah. So technically, you would be able to collect your thief card during the bidding process. You don't have to wait until after.
Oh, okay. You can just say it.
You can just declare that you're taking one and then just take one. Because I already took mine a while ago.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Kit's
Really?
prototype pistol.
Really?
Yeah, I am.
Can I just like something else real quick then? I mean, I'm just gonna blackmail you.
Well, I already said I was paying.
Who, me or?
No, Chris. I'm just gonna mess with them now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
That's my job.
Yeah. So Chris, you lose half of your leftover prestige after you've paid the.
Because I already said I was stealing.
Oh no, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Hey, Kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to do something for me.
There's
no honor amongst us, so I am going to take the top thief card and take that amount doubled from your hand. So 6 prestige, please.
That's fine.
And if you don't have 6, you give them whatever you got.
Yeah, give me what you got.
Did you just take? Okay, no. I was like, did you just take all? Yeah, I have 6 exactly. There you go.
Show me what you got.
Okay. Well, we still have to resolve part 4 here.
Yes.
So Josh and I are both going to take a card here. Josh, yours is up here.
Okay.
And flip it. Mine's a 3. Yours is a 3.
I got cunning.
Oh.
So it's 4
Now,
out.
Who does the tie go to?
The tie goes to no one. You draw again if there's an unresolved tie. And you continue drawing until a winner can be determined.
Let's go ahead and make it
I got another cunning.
Okay. All right. I'll let you burn through them. I'll let you burn through them. You burn
That's
through
fine.
those
Yeah.
cards. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it then.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you successfully defend your item, you get 3 prestige as a bonus. So Josh, you get to draw 3 prestige cards.
Okay. Cool. Man. Yay.
So I think that puts us in
10
phase 5.
10 prestige triggers end of game.
Yeah.
$10,000.
Or
Okay.
the amount.
Well, I cannot.
Hey, are you trying to end a game with prestige?
I cannot
I don't.
phase
I don't
5 buy any cards. So I am passing the token for phase 6. And it is Will's turn. Or not Will's.
Oh, wait. We can all buy cards in phase 5, right?
Only when you're
no,
the leader.
Only lead. Got it.
Only the
Yeah.
leader.
Okay.
Okay, so
Gotta be more careful with how you spend your cards, Will.
I know. So this means I would get 8 then because it's the combination of the two.
Yes, it's everything added up. Yeah. You have to actually call phase 1 for everybody to start
Phase
drawing.
1.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's happening in phase 1? Oh, prestige.
Yeah.
I collect 5.
Kit, did
Hi,
you take your prestige?
Yeah, I got a 5 and 3 ones.
Why don't you get rid of half of that, please?
Ooh.
That's good.
Sick.
11. Yeah. So okay, 6. That's not bad. I still have quite a bit.
Hey Will, I'm kind of thinking that I want some of your prestige, so I'm gonna no honor among thieves you, and we're gonna flip this top card, and it looks like I
Oh
get
my god.
8.
I hate you
Ooh.
so deep
Oh,
right now.
that's so brutal. Ben, we talked about this in the interview, but this game is very kind of take back that mechanic. Was there an inspiration of why you wanted to play? Very like, I know you talked a little bit about the theme kind of led to that, but are you a big take that player when it comes to board games?
Sorry.
Yeah, part of the inspiration of this game. It didn't go to my hand. Where is it?
You might have kicked it off the table, which means it would put it back.
I did, and it keep. All right, come on.
Click.
Just hover over and press the number.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay.
There you go.
Part of the inspiration was back in the day I was a really avid Munchkin player, and I really loved the player interaction of Munchkin, but I had issues with the end game, where it was pretty much certain who was going to win. So the end game always felt a little bit lackluster in Munchkin. So part of my game,
2?
the aim of it was to create a situation where the end game was a little bit more uncertain and exciting whenever you get there.
Gotcha.
Okay. Phase 2.
Wow, we're just
hold on,
going right for the
yeah,
3,000 value.
Yeah, relax over there, kid. Hold up. That's 5. That's 5K. 5 prestige right there. All right. So.
Are we on to bidding?
We're on to phase 3.
Wait.
I'm.
All right.
drawing.
My bid's in.
There's no waiting, Will.
I submitted mine.
I have not
All
yet.
right.
Hold
I
on.
submitted mine. No waiting, Chris.
Well, we all have to submit bids.
I love how the table is filling with salt very slowly.
Yeah, where's our ice bay?
It smells
our version.
It smells like the ocean in here, guys.
Yes, yes. As salty as that water can be. All right. Has everyone submitted a bid?
Yeah, I've got mine in.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
Ben.
Well, Ben. Looks like I am going to be playing this boy.
Okay. So doing the dirty work is essentially the artifact goes to the person that that won it, but then the person that played that card gets an opportunity to battle for it.
Which is
come on, get in there.
stage 5 step or the stage 4 step, right?
This is, I mean, it has the same outcome as the stage phase
That's
4
what I meant,
step, but
yes,
this
the
is like a
battle.
kind of a special, like,
It's like an additional.
yeah. So the trick is like I still gain the heat for taking the violin, which is the part that sucks about this. So I'm going to go up 3 more heat points to 5. There we go. And then we battle for it. So I will draw a card off the top there.
And I will draw one and place it next to you.
All right. And I got a 3.
Oh, tied.
But I have a 4. Because I have a colored card.
Blurg. Okay, yeah, you got me. So you get to keep it.
For now. All right.
And that puts you up to 9. No.
I'm at 7.
7,000.
Yeah.
And what's your heat level right now?
My heat is at 5. Back off. You stay away from me. You stay away from me.
But I really want that violin.
Okay, you could battle me for it.
Wait, what is this optional rule you put in the bottom here? I didn't see that last time. That is sneaky, sir.
Well, we didn't discuss it beforehand, so we're not playing that rule. But there are some groups that really enjoy that rule.
Where?
Oh my god!
What is this?
I would punch my friends in the face.
Wait, what rule?
It gets kind of ridiculous. There is a optional rule in the game called the cheating rule, and if you can physically take a card from another player and they don't notice, and a round passes, you suffer no consequences. However, if you're caught at any point before the round is over, you take 5 heat points. But nowhere in the rules does it say you have to give it back.
Right.
I like it.
You just have to take heat for doing it.
Okay, yeah, I'll battle you for the violin.
Okay.
Hold on,
right.
wait. What's happening right now? Oh,
We're battling. I got a 3.
I got a 4.
Well, I guess it's going to be yours then.
Okay.
Well, and so he needed to pay the prestige for that, right?
Yes, pay to play. Did he not?
Oh no, it's full prestige. I guess pay full prestige.
Yeah, so you got to pay 3.
It's 5, isn't it, for the violin?
5.
Oh, violin is 5. Yes.
I have 5.
Yep.
He had just 5.
I had exactly 5.
Oh, so you have no more prestige, huh?
Nah.
I know what's going to happen.
And your heat goes up by half the heat rounded up. And since it's not from the museum and it's from a player, you're going to go up 2 heat points. That puts you to 5 heat.
Yep.
Why won't that?
Phase 5, and I have nothing, so pass it left to Will.
Yes.
Will, don't start phase 1 yet.
All right, I'm waiting.
Ben, do you have a way to make that heat on Kit be very dangerous?
Oh yeah, no, I could push him over the edge if we want to see what happens. Do you guys want to see how that goes?
I think that's great to show off that mechanic.
Oh yeah, okay. We want to demo it. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I just want to show it off.
You're gonna take 6 more heat.
Okay.
That
I'm
makes
at 11, so I might pass.
Right. So the maximum is 10. So you're at 10 heat. You're immediately arrested, and it must be resolved. There are only 2 ways to resolve your arrest. Because the Pinkertons are corruptible, you can either pay them all your prestige, which you have none, or you'll go with the second option, which is you pay them with all your artifacts that are not currently stashed.
Okay, that's fine. That still keeps me 5 prestige.
Now, Ben, when they pay the prestige, if they have prestige to pay, that their heat score only goes down by the number of heat they or prestige they play.
Prestige, yeah.
Yes, but they do have to pay all of it. So even if they have more than 10 prestige, they still have to pay everything. And after you pay with any number of artifacts, even if it's only one artifact, your heat will go down to 1.
Ben,
This is gonna be fun.
I think you should add sentient 3D printer to your artifact list.
Yeah, there's 2 of them back there running. I do a lot of commission work, so they're like running all the time.
That's awesome, dude. That's really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, one of them is printing a sword scabbard, and the other one is printing a Star Wars mask.
Oh gosh.
So like
Very
little
cool.
projects. Got it.
Oh yeah, just little things.
Right.
All right. Phase 1. Phase 1 beginning.
Phase 1.
Everyone gain prestige equal to your total artifact prestige. All right. All right. Okay.
Get your hand away from me.
Well, I mean, really, you want to go at this? I mean, we could just do this right now.
I don't.
Case the joint.
We're going all the 3,000.
Wow. Yeah. So recently we changed the balance of the deck for more 3,000s and 4,000s because the deck used to be almost all 2,000s.
Right. I was going to make that observation because I remember when we played that there was a lot more 2,000.
Yeah, a lot of the 2,000 items have been upgraded to 3,000, but not as many as you think. The majority of the deck is still 2,000.
Okay.
So it is still odd that we're only drawing the 3s right now.
Right.
But
Right. Okay, so we're going to go into the bidding phase. Everybody click your bid tool button. And
I'm going to abstain from bidding and take a thief card.
I am as well.
Okay. Enter your bids. 3, 2, 1, clicky.
I am also taking a thieves card.
What?
Bidder.
Okay.
Bill, are you the only bidder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Lucky you.
I win this $3,000 item.
Yes, and you also go up 3 heat points.
I go
Yes, you
3
do.
hit points. 2,
And pay the prestige.
4.
Yeah, pay that 1.
What am I paying? What?
The one.
Did
the
you pay your 1 bid?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're trying to sneak by without paying.
Shush. Shush gets in there.
I heard about you in movie theaters.
What? All right.
Nothing.
And then we go into phase 4, the thieving battle.
Yes.
Who do I want to thieve battle? We got 3 over there, we got a bunch over here, and a bunch over here.
By a bunch, I mean I only have 1.
Yeah, and his is currently stashed.
Yep.
Did you really want that mask, Will? Because I might have a way for you to get it.
I don't think so.
Will, do you want to battle for the mask?
Listen,
No, seriously.
listen.
Because-
If I get the mask, okay, that'll put me at 9,000.
Yeah. So, Kit, get ready your secret stash.
Wow, that's savage.
All right. It's battle time, Kit. You and I. I have to pay the prestige cost of your card. Actually, give me 1 sec. Spend half the prestige, rounded down with stealing. So, rounded up rather.
Wait, what?
So his prestige
player ability.
is 5.
Oh yeah.
So I will have to pay 3 only.
3.
Yes.
So I'm paying the 3 to steal off of Kit, and then we have to fight.
Yep.
Let me rotate these, put them in a pile over there. All right. Ready, Kit?
That's all.
Do you want to draw first, or do you want to draw me to draw first? It's your choice.
You can.
Your choice, Buckaroo.
Okay, Buckaroo Banzai.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, flip. 4. 4.
4 on 4. It's a tie.
Are you playing anything in response, or are we going to flip again?
Nah, flip one again.
3, 2, 1.
Yep. And the great thing about the cunning cards is that anybody can play them as well. So like me and Chris could influence
could
the
throw
outcome
those
if we
down.
wanted to.
4.
Hey,
Yeah.
Young James, thank you for the bits. I appreciate that.
Thanks, James. Thank you, the young James, aka David. The young James is actually going to be the person coming with me to Unplugged. So
I was gonna say
is-
I knew that. I knew who you were talking about. So
yeah.
all right. So it looks like unless someone wants to do something, that Kit has that win.
Yep. So Kit keeps it and takes 3 prestige for doing so. He's doing pretty well at the battles so far.
I'm actually mad. Chris, I'm taking yours.
Why mine? I'm not gonna
Because
win.
you're a jerk, that's why.
You know when people get real savage about always getting beat in games, and so they target, clearly the best player. That's what I feel like.
The person is still with only one artifact. Yeah,
Right.
I have a strategy.
It's like when you get, what it's like when you end up getting 3 freaking 6 heat gun on you and make you lose most of your items.
Yeah, I sure do.
I don't think you do yet.
No, I do, because when I played this game with Ben and Adam, I was 1,000 away. I actually had the game won, and that was unfortunate.
Yeah, but I like having
okay,
Raise
so we
the 3.
battle.
Yep.
Pull your card. 1, 2, 3.
5.
Wow. That's. I don't have anything to affect that, so feel free.
Thank you.
Vampire teeth. Okay,
Don't forget to take some heat there.
Phase 5. I am going to buy 2 thief cards.
2, correct?
So 6.
What's the when you're taking heat from stealing? It's half, right?
When you're stealing from other players, yes.
Oh, then 1.
Yes, you would only take 1 kill.
Okay.
And then I get 2 thief cards. Yes, please. Glorious. Just checking heat levels around the table. Kid had to be the outlier and go in the little corner. He's hiding in the back corner over there.
Well, it's because it kept going to my hand was over here.
All right.
Feel better. Here you go.
I am before I finish phase 5. I am going to play a historical significance,
Nice.
adding 2 to this prestige level.
I'm gonna take that from you.
So you have to pay 7.
That's pay 7.
No. He's not coming after your artifact. He's coming after the attachment.
Stealing your card.
Attachment.
Yeah, and there's no cost for that one.
You dummy.
When I played that card earlier.
I'm so angry.
I was just waiting for someone to play a good attachment and just watch it go away.
Go away.
Let me see what's happening over here. I want to take a little. You know what? All right.
Thank you.
All right, come on, Will.
Come on, Will. Come on.
Taking your time here.
That's it. Passing it over, you guys. Passing it over. I
Thank
try
you.
to
All right.
Give me a minute.
Phase 1, gain your prestige.
Okay,
Now,
so
I will admit
am-
that I will highlight that even though I don't have an item, it's always a minimum of 3.
Yes.
And then I still get the 2 bonus because.
Right. So you're always going to gain a minimum 5.
Yep.
All right. Museum says airship war medals, $1,000.
That's some garbage right there.
Look, eBay's gotta find some use for it.
Okay, everybody want to hit their bid tool?
Yeah.
You're gonna pass.
I have submitted my bid.
There you go, sir. I'm taking a card as well.
All right, so I pay my 5. Looks like Chris
I'm
bid 2,
immediately,
so
I'm
I'm
immediately
going.
playing Secret Stash on this card.
Good plan. Good plan.
Hey, Will. Hey, Will.
What?
Can you remove
What?
the one on your hammer then?
Ooh. Wow.
Kitsune.
Look what Chris has brought.
I love how I'm responsible for this.
Looking for a punch in the face, Kitsune.
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows.
Hey, Ben, do me a
Yes.
favor and add 2 to your hate, please.
Oh, that's harsh. I didn't even do anything to you. I helped you out earlier.
Right. He's been nice to you.
Yeah, that's what Will does when you're nice to him.
Okay, phase 4. I get to choose someone to steal from. I'm going to skip that phase, and I'm going to go straight into phase 5. I'm going to draw my 1 free card, and I like that one. That's pretty cool. And then I'm going to pay 6 to get 2 more. See what that gets me. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to throw another 3 out there and buy the last card that I am able to buy, because I can only buy 3 maximum. Draw 1 more thief card. Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to put out Priceless on my Book of Thoth. So it is now worth $3,000.
Nope. I'm kidding. I have nothing to do with it. I can't do anything against it.
Nope. I mean, you can, but like, nope.
Yeah, I'm going to. Okay. Yes. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then, you know, Will, I just, that wasn't very nice of you. So your hammer is actually flawed now, and it's worth $1,000 less. Phase 6, token passes. Your turn, Chris.
Oh my gosh. Yes, and I will point out that I am playing this game. I am now the lead thief. But yes, I am sitting at 1 heat and no artifacts. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm just crying over here. Can you see the tears that are coming down? Yes.
Chris, I think the phrase is get good.
I'm working on it. Okay. Phase 1, everyone draw your prestige.
My friend David said building an arsenal of thief cards. Yes, I am, David.
Right. That was Ben's tactic when we played the other day too. All right. So I'm going to phase 2, which we're going to case. Look, a dinosaur skull.
It's a dinosaur skull.
All right. Everyone place your bids.
3, 2, 1, submit. You guys ready?
Hang on. Yes, I'm drawing a thief card.
Okay.
No bid.
Oh,
We
what?
all bid 5.
Okay, so in the event of a tie, you do a battle. This will be the first time that we've had a 3-way battle, so this should be interesting.
All right, here's my 5.
Yeah, make sure you
Here's
pay your
my
5. All right. I've got my thief's card.
Go ahead, Kit. You ladies first.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, what a
Ready?
true lady. Let me go first.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh,
3.
Is that another 3-way tie?
3.
Oh. And does anybody have a cunning card to throw it out of balance?
I do not.
All right, well, I guess you guys draw another card. Somebody's got to get a higher
2, 3.
3, 2, 1.
Nope, already said it.
Oh, there's a 5.
4.
I see a 5.
5.
Oh,
Okay, it sounds like I get it.
I was the best loser.
Yay, Chris got a
Mr.
card.
Geniality.
I have a card. Yay!
He's also lead thief, so things can happen here.
Oh, and then you get the heat for that.
Right.
Hold on,
so I
Chris.
do
Chris,
get to
hold on, Chris.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You waited until after the battle. Oh man. You could have taken it at any point.
I was wondering when he was gonna play because I saw that earlier. I'm like, huh.
Oh, all right. Well,
Well, okay,
Take
Chris,
the
that means
dose.
that you don't have to take any heat, but
yeah.
Will does take the heat for that.
I take, what is it, half or the full amount?
You put.
You take the full amount because counterfeit bills is considered stealing from the museum and not from another player.
All right.
Yeah, you take that
So
full
that must
amount.
be to 7. Mm.
Oh, it puts you at 7, huh? You say 7?
Let the heat.
The number is 7
Let's
right
say
now?
7.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that 7 was the correct number there.
Yes, 7 is the correct number. My current
Cool.
heat is sitting at 7.
I mean, if
Cool,
only
cool.
someone had like a 3, which is a magic number.
Cool.
Kitsune, let the heat flow through you.
So
I already did.
I get to steal
I am
from
the heat.
someone.
So I can see that Will only has 1 prestige card left,
Yeah,
and he's at 7 heat.
I know where he's.
Oh,
I don't know. I think I'm going to let it lie for a minute.
Are you gonna let it lie for a minute? I'm trying to
if
think.
you want to
what I
get rid of that cunning card in front of you, Chris?
What? Oh, that was.
Oh, that old
That
chestnut.
card, yeah.
You know what? For that kit, I'd like to steal your Mask of Anu.
Okay.
I'd like to take a moment to say, Ben, this is right up my alley. This is my kind of game, 100%. This is actually.
So you'll have to, does he have to pay the +2 prestige to it as well?
Yes.
So the 7.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Will.
Yeah, it's a blend. Take that kind of games. The game that I actually am still developing is similar in nature. I thrive on they take that and salty tables.
Oh yeah.
Kit. All right, Kit. You got a way to augment that fight, or anyone, I guess.
Sadly, I do not.
All right. Well.
Looks like Chris is going to take it then.
Except that. I'm going to fight you right back for it now.
Oh, gosh. Now I have to take the heat because I stole it, right?
Yes. So you still take the half heat, and now his kleptomania is a new action that we're resolving.
Right. And he has to pay the 7 back.
A 5 and 2 1s.
Wow. So I'm at 2. Okay.
All right, flip it.
3 on 3.
Who loves me enough to augment this +1 for me?
Sorry, man.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
I would totally help if I could.
Flip.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. And I get 3 prestige for defending that, right?
That is correct, Chris.
That's what you get.
What was that? I'm sorry. I heard like a little gnat for a second. What was that?
Yeah, a gnat that's got more points than you.
We are crashing the table hard this evening.
Right. Just now.
Not by much.
Okay. So that is the first part of this step.
Right, you were in phase 4, so now you're in phase 5.
Well, no, I haven't called it yet because I want to do a thing to Will.
Oh, okay.
So, Will, how much prestige are you at?
7,000.
Why don't you go up 4?
Ooh.
Okay. So up 4 will put me at 11, right? Technically.
Well, so max is 10. You can't go above 10.
Oh, okay. And then I'll pay 10 and go back to.
Oh, nice. He had that planned and everything.
I didn't think he had 10. I just thought it was.
Yeah.
But you did wipe him out from of prestige.
Right.
You did, which I'll gain back on income right now. So.
You sure will. But, so that was now I'm calling stage 5. So I'm gonna go ahead and bid 6 here.
Yeah. Take a couple cards.
And take a couple
of
cards.
His arts.
Need to reshuffle that probably.
We do
Yeah,
officially know.
I mean,
yes.
I enjoy the game playing 2-player, but in I think 4, and I would love to sit at an 8-table.
Yeah.
8-person game of this.
Well,
This would be like.
When Ben and I played this with Adam, who Adam is in chat or was in chat anyways, it was really nice, the 3-player, but I think Ben said it best with like the gotcha mechanic is definitely, here to stay, right? And so with just 3,
Right.
it felt like it was a little, I mean, once you ran out of thieves cards, right? Like you hope the other person did because the person's not going to screw themselves.
Yeah.
And so it was nice.
I mean, you guys are sitting on a lot of thief cards.
Yes.
Yes.
Kit
Ben and I both.
and I are, yeah. You guys are budgeting. Kit and I are just spending
Budgeting?
our thief cards as fast
I'm
as
still. I'm,
All right.
yeah, I'm
I'm
having fun
passing
with
the
mine.
token. Stage 6, phase 6.
Okay.
Okay, phase 1.
Phase 1. So let me just make sure. So this is 5, 10, 13.
I'm gonna make some change here.
Worries.
4, 5. Nope, I hit the wrong button. There we go. Okay. I swear I'm being honest.
It's there.
Cheating.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ben, this is where our crew would typically say, Chris, he's
What?
Wait.
go ahead and show us what we're bidding
phase
on.
2.
Nice looking pistol.
It is delicious.
There we go.
Back to the Future. Sorry.
Sorry, that was my phone.
I'm clicking a thief's card.
Real quick, let's everyone highlight what our current hordes are up to.
I am at 5. Or no, I'm sorry, 6. I'm at 6.
You're at 6, right? And then what are you at?
I am at, wait, hold on, 7? Yeah, 7.
Kit's at 2, and I'm at 3. So
Good.
all right, what did everyone bid? What was the bid there?
I
bid
did 0.
12.
Took a
You
card.
got it.
I bid 12.
I'm gonna play a card here.
Yeah,
It's called Counterfeit Bills.
that's fine. All right,
Everyone
so you
else-
take it. Yeah.
Everyone else has been doing it, so I figured I'd jump in on this game a little bit.
Oh yeah, totally. Here's the trick though.
You have a counterfeit bills too?
No, because the first counterfeit bills would be the one that takes effect. So counterfeit bills puts the item in your hoard, but the card doing the dirty work allows me to battle you for it after you take ownership.
Right.
So you
So you
get
take the heat.
So you still so yes, Chris, you take the heat, but we're gonna battle for ownership
Okay.
or custody.
Right. All right. Let's do it. Ooh, I have a 2.
3 on 2. Looks like I'm winning.
It does look like you're winning.
It appears as though I'm going to win. And since you're not pulling out any cards, I'm just going to guess that I get to take that.
You sure do. Now, you have to take the half heat, or is that part of
I
it?
take yes. So because it's considered a battle, I take the half heat, which is 1 point. So that puts me at 9 heat, and I am currently at 8,000.
Why don't you take 2 more?
And he just 2 more.
Okay, so I am at 10 heat, and I will play my Patsy card to go down 3 and not resolve the arrest.
Nice.
Why don't you go back to that 10 heat?
Okay. Then I will pay what I kept in reserve of over 10 prestige and go down to 1 heat.
Yeah, sneaky, sir.
I knew what he did, but I just needed to. I don't want him to have any more thief cards here.
I knew what he did.
Hey, I'm tapping out your thief cards just as much as you are mine.
That's true.
And And you know what? Since you're coming after me a little bit here, Chris, why don't you give me your attachment, your historical significance, and I'm going to put that on my pistol because it seems like it belongs there.
That's fine. I'll just make mine precious.
Are you ladies done yet?
Oh, it's your turn. I'm so sorry.
It's perfectly fine. I'm having a cup of tea watching you from the shadows. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's... What do I want to take?
Tippity tip tip tip.
You mean, what do you want to attempt to take? There's no guarantees here.
3, 5, 6, 7. So you're at 7 as well. Wait. No.
I'm at 8. Yeah, I'm at 8,000.
That pistol looks really good.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can pay 4 or 5. Yeah, pay 5 to come after that.
I just gotta make some change real quick.
Oh, throwing down the big bills. I see what you're doing. I ain't scared of you.
It's okay. I don't want anyone to be scared of me yet.
Are you a JP Morgan over there on the side of the table?
1, 2, 3, flip. I got a 3. You also got a 3. You gonna play a card to?
Nah.
No. Okay. All right. Gonna throw another one down. Flip. I got a 4.
I have 3.
Looks like I'm gonna win that one.
Well, no. It's gonna be a tie.
Oh.
All right. Okay. So we draw again then.
Okay. 1 second.
I got it.
Okay.
Mine is a 5.
I'm a 2 this time.
And for all Will's effort, I get to draw 3 bonus prestige. And now I'm not prestigeless.
Phase 5, I'm buying 2.
You had one job.
I didn't even... I know. I have one job. It's to be Kit. I did my job well. Okay, 6 buying 2.
P2. Oh boy, let's see. Okay, so Ben's still sitting on 3 thief cards.
I'm passing to...
Chris is over there in the shadow with 2. Okay.
How much is
This seems like
worth again?
My hoard is currently worth 8,000.
8,000. He's 2,000 away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's not at 9,000 yet.
Chris.
Yeah,
it's not at 9,000 yet. If that's why you're asking, I know that card.
I was gonna say,
I know what card you're talking about.
Phase 1. Everyone gain prestige. 5, 10, 13. Prestige. Let's case the joint. Let's take a look and see what's happening over here. We'll see what it is. Jacques the Ripper's knife. Oh.
Was it found in
Okay.
Misty alleyway in London?
Yes, it was.
Ben, before we go any further, sorry, Will, I'm going to stop you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
What were some of your inspiration? I know you talked about what your inspiration finding the historical and unobtainable mystery artifacts, right? But how did you all come with like cards like the Knife of the Jack the Ripper or the Mask of Anubis? Where was some of that inspiration from?
That's actually hard to say because when I sat down to design the artifacts, I literally just sat there and tried to think of every kind of obscure or weird artifact I could think of on my own, and then just made a list. And then I narrowed that list down to my favorites, and then just built the deck off of that. So all these items are just from my head. Some of them are based on some steampunk kind of concepts,
right.
Some from history. I would try to pick stuff from literature or mythology, and try to go cross-cultural. Just things that I find interesting, honestly. And then when it came to the stretch goal artifacts, I have a Facebook group called the Brass Engineers, which is like our followers and fans of Brass Engine publications or games. And I put out there, hey, what kind of things do you guys like? And it was, oh my God, the post just blew up.
Right, you had everyone's suggestions and probably some really great ones too.
Yeah, so some really, really cool ones. And so I got to sift through all these really neat ideas and pick the cream of the crop for the stretch goals to make them as enticing as possible. And so yeah, the face group has helped me in the later part of the game development, as far as the Kickstarter and some of the design choices. But the early building of the game was basically just whatever I could think of off the top of my head, honestly. And maybe a little bit of help from Google, like just typing in legendary artifacts and just seeing what comes up.
Right. Okay. Sorry, Will, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I guess a bit of a follow-up to what Chris has asked too is I was wondering, Facebook groups, like you mentioned social media. What do you find the most effective vehicle for your product is in terms of social media at this point?
It depends on the goal of the social media. So I have very recently kind of developed my own strategy for how I deal with different social media.
Okay.
Like we were at a convention and I posted 3 different things to 3 different social media catered to what I believe is effective there. So Facebook, on Facebook, it's effective if I use myself. If people could see me in the picture or that I'm doing something, if it's going on the Brass Engine page, it has my face on it and I'm in the picture so that people are like, oh, yeah, he's doing something, and it can get a little more traction that way. Overall, though, Facebook is probably the worst performing social media. The group is really, really great for development, but not exactly a way to reach clients. Instagram is a great way to get just general shotgun style exposure, and I'll take really close up shots or transfer digitals of the art to my Instagram every once in a while to kind of tease that, because it's just a very visual medium. And then Twitter is where I really found the game design and clientele community that wants to know what's going on at any particular time, and wants to know about the games. And so I only just recently really started using Twitter, like less than a week ago, and my followers have jumped almost 100 in just a short 5 or 6 days, just from being more involved in that community.
So for quick like summary for you, Facebook is the personal followers, like people who like development stuff, like some coordination through the group. But in terms of like general Facebook, like just posting a post on your public page, that doesn't really gain any traction, right?
No, not at all. No, it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere.
Twitter is a great vehicle for collaboration with other designers and keeping up tabs with other people within the design community. But has it helped in hype at all, like in terms of clientele?
Yes. I've had some designers reply to me, but I've also had, there's a lot of just board and card game enthusiasts on Twitter that are just looking for interesting things. And one of me and David's goals for Brass Engine is to not just create games, but we want to create a personality or a brand that people can follow, and they know, oh, Brass Engine makes fun games. I want to follow their content, kind of thing, and support them for everything that they're doing. So that's kind of what we're trying to build. And it wasn't until I finally started really using Twitter that I discovered that it's a lot more active there than just kind of throwing it out into the desert that is Facebook.
Right.
Yes.
Well, and that's what I'm noticing too. Sorry, go ahead, Will.
No, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I was just saying that's what I'm noticing too. That Facebook, just in general, with a social media platform, really kind of taken a back seat, whereas these other pieces, and I think one of the benefits of Twitter is also the instant gratification that comes with that. Like, it's super easy to post, it's super easy to retweet something, and just the scope. I mean, Twitter is one of the largest growing, if I believe the largest growing social media platform of the year, right? And so being able to just get that, like you said, scope. But I think what Instagram does is provide that fun visual that folks can say, ooh, well, like that's, I don't know, it feels like almost Instagram gets that enticement of like, ooh, that's a really, beautiful card, right? Or that's a really fun piece. Sometimes that, Twitter's not always conducive to, let's throw 16 pictures up there and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. And on Instagram, even though you can't like hot link everything, I'm actually finding that that's good because I'm getting more interaction on a base level on Instagram, which spreads my stuff farther than having a million links in a post trying to get people to click just one thing, just click one thing. And then when people are really interested, they go to your profile to click your link. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but there's a thing called Linktree, and basically you can just build a splash page that has all your links on it. And it's really, really user friendly for Instagram.
Oh, nice.
So you build that, and then people go to your profile and see your link tree, and then just pick the thing that they were after. So that's been super helpful as far as that's concerned. As far as conversion rates, I can't really speak on that right now, but I can tell you with confidence that I spent money on Facebook ads for our Kickstarter and have had 0% conversion. And so I stopped the ads, and I'm pretty much I'm looking for other avenues, because giving Facebook money is getting people looking at my stuff and clicking on it, but the people that are clicking on it are not following all the way backing my game. So there's some kind of disconnect there that's happening, and so now I'm looking at Twitter ads potentially because it feels so much more active. Don't know what it's going to be like, but it's something I'm looking into.
I've found that having a Twitter handle is pretty much the equivalency of having somebody's phone number, 10 or 20, 15 years ago, let's say, because I'll get responses from random people I might just meet on Twitter, like instantly with the DM, which I'm kind of taken aback by, because, some of these people are like, big names in the industry, or somebody that I wouldn't even imagine would just want to have a conversation with me. And as a content creator, you throw your feelers out all the time, but the most effective way for me to pick up somebody interested in joining the stream or being a part of what we do, it is just a quick DM to a developer or a publisher or a designer. And it's like almost instantaneously, oh yeah, sure, what's your schedule like? You know what I mean? It's like, whoa, this just hit.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Twitter is definitely the place where you could start a conversation, and that is so essential to an independent designer.
Right. Yep. Okay. I just wanted to, because I think social media is a very important topic for designers at this point, and independent publishers, because that's the vehicle of your promotion. You know what I mean? It's the word of mouth of the internet is through that. Like, what about, and last thing, I'm sorry that we're kind of dragging around, but what about like Reddit or any like forums, anything like that you sort of dabbled in?
Everybody in the industry says you got to be on Board Game. You got to be on it. You have to have a page there. You got to be active on the forums there. And honestly, I'm not sure if that advice is still good. I think it was good 2 years ago in 2016 when like everybody was doing awesome, like financially, and a lot of games were getting published. But it's 2018 now, and honestly, I think that the user unfriendliness of their site is really a big barrier for a lot of independent designers trying to just, like it takes me like 2 days to get content on their site because I have to wait for somebody to look at it, and then tell me it's okay that I put my own picture of my own game,
Right.
And the navigation is all wonky. And so just even finding the right place to post is a huge problem there. And so as far as individual forums and stuff, I haven't found a lot of interaction there. However, I think maybe it could be argued that like the new kind of forum is Discord. Like,
right.
I started joining Discord servers, and all of a sudden I started getting a lot more conversation and interaction than I do on Board Game Geek. I post something on Board Game Geek and I get ignored, and I go to a Discord. Like when I got added to the Geek Spiel Discord, I posted my Kickstarter once, and people started talking about it. I mean, in fact, Will, you jumped on and were like, "Hey, do you have this on, Tabletop Simulator yet?" "Oh, yeah, I'll help you do that."
Could I please put it on Tabletop Simulator?
Yeah, and that wouldn't have happened had I not met those guys, gotten on their Discord channel, and found it user friendly enough that I would not only post there, but that other people are actually interested in having conversation there. Board Game Geek, just to me, this is my personal experience. It could be different for other people, but my personal experience is that it's turning into another Facebook land where it's so saturated with everybody trying to get attention that nobody wants to pay attention to anyone else. They're just trying to gain attention for themselves. But places that are more conversation based, like Discord, then that's whenever people are genuinely just trying to have a conversation about what they're doing. And yeah, so that's just kind of where I'm at on things, honestly.
That's awesome. I appreciate your with your answer to the question, because I mean, not everybody's going to come out and say, that one of the largest sites associated within the business or the industry right now isn't really where it should be for promotion. You know what I mean? I just appreciate that you're candid and honest with your answer. So, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
So I guess now I have to beat you guys. I guess is where we're at.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at. It's time for Will to win. Yes, or at least he thinks so.
All right. So everybody, go ahead and enter your bid.
Oh, is that where we were? Okay.
Yeah, I forgot where we were.
I am taking a card. I'm not bidding.
Right. Well, the bid is for, just in case you're wondering, that thing over there.
I am also not bidding, and I am taking a
card. I am not bidding as well. I'm taking a card.
I am playing From the King's Treasure. It adds 3 prestige to my Blackbeard.
That's pretty cute. Katsume, you win that knife. Enjoy. Gain the heat.
Yeah, the one hit for me.
So Katsume, you're at 4,000 now? Okay.
Before I go to
8.
Before I go to the next phase, I am going to try to steal the book of.
Okay, yeah. So that one only costs you 3. You don't have to play Kleptomania since you're the lead thief.
Well, no, I'm doing it before I go to that.
He wants to try. He wants to get 2 shots at stealing.
I want 2 shots, baby.
Okay, so if you get it on the first shot, then you're not playing that card.
No, I'm just playing this card now before I get to my thief phase. So I'm just going to.
Oh, okay. So you're using the card first. Okay, makes sense.
That's right.
All right, I'm down for that.
So we just have a little battle, correct?
Yes. And Flippy, I got a 4.
Okay. moving on to the lead thief phase. I didn't have to pay prestige for that though. Is that correct?
Yeah. You still have to pay the prestige. So you pay 3.
And
technically, you're supposed to pay the prestige before you battle.
Well, sorry. There's my 3.
And Ben, you defended, so you get the bonus there, right?
You get the bonus.
Sure. Yep.
In my thief phase, I will try to steal the book of Thoth again.
Oh, what a shock!
I'm playing the 3 prestige, and we are going to battle it out. Ready? 3, 2, 1, flippy.
And I got a 4 again. Sorry, man. I'll just take another 3.
Hold up.
Oh man, I'm gonna need some change. I'm getting too many cards here. Oh man.
Doesn't he only have to spend half the prestige for his ability?
2, 3, 4,
oh yeah.
5.
Yeah, only for the second one, which is still 2. So you just get 1 back.
And you paid this 10 to do what?
This is my 10. I'm buying 3 cards, so I get another 1 back. I am 3.
Man, he's got a lot of prestige over there. I'm just saying.
And then I am going. Tubing. Okay. Then I'm gonna pass it over, sir. Enjoy.
Awesome. Gain prestige.
Prestige.
Okay, as it was all messed up. Sorry.
Looks like I'm gonna gain 16 this turn. If that doesn't put a big target on my head, I don't know.
Why don't you lose half of that?
Okay, so just so you guys know what I'm losing, let me count this up. I have 38.
You're losing 19.
So I'm losing 19.
It hurts.
I'm not going to forget that, Chris.
I mean, you're about to win, so.
I mean, he's about to lose another half of that 19.
Oh.
Oh, ouch. Oh, ouch. Okay, no, I have more than one card to hurt you. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so I'm at 19. So I got to lose another
10.
10. Yeah, 10. All right. You guys done? Can we get into the museum now?
Can we play the game now?
We got the Elven Ring for $3,000. I am not going to bid. I am going to take another thief card.
I'll take a thief card as well.
I am going to submit my bid now. So 3, 2, 1, submit.
Well, I've got it. I'm submitting too. So give me just a second.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I have to submit it. It's fine.
Yeah. Sometimes if you didn't hit the button, the first button,
I hit the first button.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was close.
Oh,
15 from Chris and 12 from Will.
that's painful.
It's gotta hurt a little bit. You're kind of coming back, Chris.
Yeah, I'm sure I am.
You're at 8 heat now, though.
Yeah, I mean, what's his heat at, though?
8.
Oh,
That sucks.
It sure does.
Okay, so phase 4. Phase 4, I'm going to skip. I'm going to go to phase 5 and draw my free card for being Beatrice. And then I'm going to purchase. I'm going to pay 5.
What was the max thief cards you could have?
6, 7. And then I'm going to draw 2 more thief cards, bring my hand to 7.
okay.
And
The machines agree with you, apparently.
Chris.
Okay. Let's
They're getting really uppity again in the background. You might want to beat them
start
back.
phase 1.
Phase 1, eh? So 3.
No, the printers don't have a. They do whatever I say when I say.
What are their names?
They don't have names yet. I haven't named them. I'm a terrible person. In fact, one of them I'm looking to sell.
Oh gosh. You say that?
So-
Don't say that too loud.
I know, right?
Well, they might break.
It might fail. Yeah. Well, the one I'm trying to sell failed me last night, so it's on. It's
Oh, you hear in the background, it's like, it's like, don't sell me.
Okay.
No, Dad, don't sell me.
Did we get to phase 1 yet? 5 minutes. Oh god. Hang on.
Okay. Ooh, the wool of the golden fleece.
Why do when you say that, it reminds me of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
The wool of the golden fleece. That was such a great game.
Yes.
Remember the Shrine of the Silver Monkey.
Right. All right. We are now in phase 3. Go ahead and submit your bids.
Oh.
I am. I'm going to.
Oh my god, this is like torture.
Okay, I've got mine.
I've got mine.
Am I?
I bid 0. I am drawing a card.
Oh my god!
I beat you by 1.
Okay, what's your total at with that?
Well, give me a second to resolve all this. All right. So that gets me 4 heat points. So that gets me 5. So my current hoard value is 12,000,
Chris, you got anything for
and
that?
the wool of the golden fleece is stashed.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oops, I accidentally stacked them.
Here, I got.
I mean, the only thing I could do is I'm gonna remove. Get back here, cheeky.
Right, and I'm not in the lead, so Chris still has an opportunity to steal.
Right, I can still keep this locked down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
but Chris, before you get into that though, your prestige is now 6.
I have to.
Appraisal error was for the 1,000 attachment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm rid of that.
All right.
So that drops you to 11.
Yes, still winning condition, but Chris still has an opportunity to steal. He has 6 prestige left, so he can do something. He's not completely crippled.
Problem is, I'm gonna lose some things here, I think.
Chris, you want some help with that?
Sure, if you can help me.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your pistol.
Ooh, nice. All right. And that puts you at 6,000, right? For your hoard?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
5. I think 1. I'm trying to get
I thought it was
this
6. I thought you had 6.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, you have 6.
So, and you're now at 9.
Yes, I am no longer in a winning condition.
Yep.
Okay. I don't really have the ability to steal. I have too much heat.
Well, you could, and then just pay your prestige when you get arrested. It depends.
Yeah, I mean,
if
you have
really want
prestige to
something.
pay, man.
I know. But do I want to?
I mean, Chris, how about I'll be a good guy if you do it.
I don't know what that means.
You have to take my caveat word on this that I will be a good guy for.
I don't know what "I'll be a good guy" means. Okay, fine. What should I take? Can I have my vampire teeth back?
No, I think he means to steal from me.
Oh,
take his Blackbeard's hat.
Well, that would be paying out 5 of your 6 prestige, Chris. I'm not sure if that's the best idea.
There's actually some comments on chat I want to go over real quick. Based on the conversation we had earlier, some people dropped some information. This artisan rogue said that Instagram TV is starting to change the game more and more, which I'm not really familiar with that. I guess.
Artisan Rogue is our artist for the stretch goals. So, hey Mario, thanks for joining us.
And then Darth Molly mentioned that she uses Instagram. She's a crafter, and it's a great way to stay on top of other crafters and what they're up to. So, thank you guys for your input there.
Right. I'm going to actually try to take this Book of Thoth.
Okay. All right, so you're going to pay 3?
I will. Here, let me get 2 back here.
I've got my card.
I got mine. 1, 2, 3.
I got a 3.
I got a 5.
5. Oh, man. Okay, I guess it's yours.
Okay.
And there's the turn.
I do need to take the heat.
Yep, so you take 2 heat, and you're arrested?
I am arrested, which means I'm just going to pay this prestige. And
he would take, I believe, 2 heat, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, which so he paid 2 prestige, so he goes down 2 in heat.
No, I paid 3 prestige. I got.
Oh, you paid 3. Okay, I didn't see that. Sorry, it kind of still looked like it was an 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you actually wait. What does he take? Half the heat when he steals it?
Oh, it's half the heat, which means he's at 9.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yeah, so
yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
You get your 3 prestige.
Give me those 3 back.
You're the back, bro.
All right. Well, stage 5. I'm gonna buy a car.
Hey, really
good plan.
Actually, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want
that's a risky maneuver.
Right?
Yeah.
And add these attachments. Phase 6. I'm done.
Horse stakeout. Oh shit! I threw it way off the table.
No, I
So-
said stage phase 6 before you got there.
He can still do it.
We can roll back the tape, but that was the end of the turn, and
roll back.
Well, I mean, I haven't said phase 1 yet, so I mean.
no, it's once phase 6
Wait.
has been declared.
It's in the rules. It's not when phase 6 is declared. It is when the token is passed. So we would actually have to roll back the tape and see if my card flew across the table before your token hit.
How about I'm thinking number 1 to 5. Pick one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's battle for it.
We're
I
gonna
like that
battle
plan.
for it.
4,
Kid, help me! Kid, help me!
Kid helping.
No.
5.
I haven't got anything. Sorry.
So what
Wait.
did you do?
No, okay. Nope.
So that was just to see if the card activated.
Okay. I'm going to steal
Okay.
artifact back. Whatever you steal, I'm stealing back.
Oh, okay. Let's see. You have 3 prestige.
Well, I guess not whatever you steal, but I steal what you're going to steal, and I'm going to try and steal back.
Oh, of course. Let's see. So I'm just gonna take my book back because I like my book.
Oh, and I don't have the prestige for it. Never mind. I'm not going to steal that.
Rip.
Does that raise your heat then or no? Oh yeah, no.
I'd have to have 5
No,
to
it does
try.
not. No heat that way. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That does put me at 10,000 now. So you still want to end the phase 6 there, Chris?
I have no other way to.
Oh, hold on.
Well.
And by the way, guys, I want to put this out there because Chris is not admitting it. He used the strategy that when I sat down to play with him and Adam, I told them what the crappiest, most dastardly strategy is to win the game, and it's to hold attachments, be the lead thief, play all your attachments, and throw the token at the next player, and that is the shittiest way to win. And that is exactly what he just did. I just wanted to put that out there. That he already knew that was a thing.
Right, I did, and I wanted to beat Ben so bad that I did.
You forgot to throw the
Do you have
token.
anything that can remove those cards?
I'm trying to think what I can do here.
Well, Chris, you're not going to do much of anything because that card's a fake. That card's a fake. You're cleared out. You're done.
Oh god, she's burned me so hard.
All right, that was brutal.
That hurts so bad.
Yeah, what's your total over there?
Total
Let's
is
see.
6.
You're at 2, 4, 6. Okay.
I will not lose this game with nothing. I'm gonna try and steal my teeth back.
Okay.
So
You are at 9 heat, by the way.
yes,
Chris,
He doesn't.
I'm going to tell you
he doesn't
that's
have
the
anything-
dumbest move you're about to make because I could just make you go to
What?
jail.
He doesn't. He doesn't have anything to lose.
I lied. I'm about to steal some airship war medals.
Oh!
Half of 1 rounded up is still 1. You will still be arrested if you.
But I will have a prestige to spend.
Oh, because
Yes,
it's only
you
2.
will.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens.
I just
It all
want to.
comes down to this.
I got a 3.
I got a 3.
He has a 4.
Oh.
Okay. He gets to take the medals.
Does that stop it?
That's not
I
a condition.
let's see.
Does it?
2, 3, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm no longer in winning condition. I'm
I
out.
have to discard, and I'm back to 9 now.
Okay. So we're good, right? Now
It's passed. Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Now it is
so-
officially passed.
okay, phase 1.
Oh gosh, thank
okay.
you.
11.
2.
That was silly.
Ben, I'm just using my platform to show all of the potential strategies and tactics of the game.
Even
Every
the
time
really,
you're
really
saying this, by the way.
What was that, Ben?
even the really crappy So,
Even the really crappy ones.
so there was only one thing that was, I mean, you kind of alluded to what you were doing, but you were really quick about it. Technically, if you're doing an attachment, you're supposed to say the name of the attachment as you're putting it down. I know it doesn't say it on our rules board on the tabletop simulator, but that was an update to the rules for clarification.
Gotcha.
Because this particular situation actually does come up fairly often, and so the ruling was that if you're going to place attachments, you have to at least say them out loud. So it has to take you the amount of time to say what you're playing to get players' awareness, and then their reaction time plays into that. So so you kind of just said, I'm playing this and this, and oh yeah, it's okay. You kind of skirted that just a little bit. If I was a true rules Nazi, I could have pulled that on you, but I like doing the battle for it. That was fun.
Right.
So,
No.
Okay.
And I again, I think what I love about this game is that, gotcha mechanic, but it sometimes feels like, even though I did it and I have no qualms about it, it feels hard when it's a game mechanic that you're just like, well, crap, I lost that, and there was nothing to do about it, right?
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it's in the spirit of keeping things fair in terms of timing too, because I think a player would feel equally bad if they lost something for like an underhanded technique like that without like any way to really react to it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
No, and that was the point I was trying to make, is that that tactic of saying like, I made this precious and I made this, this, so therefore it had to. I do think is a great addition to kind of. I mean, again, it's already got you enough. It doesn't need to be dirty, sneaky.
Yeah, in the play tests, I try to observe the players more than play myself. But it always turned out that when that tactic was used and somebody was trying to be sneaky, like just slipping cards under their artifacts without telling anybody anything. And then passing the token, and then just kind of sitting there with a big grin on their face, thinking, and David is guilty of this, but it's actually happened with other players.
Call him out right on Twitch.
Well, as soon as I started talking about it, I could hear going, "Oh, you mother!" Like, so I might as well just call him out.
I'm waiting for his comment in chat that was just like, "You're right."
Yeah, it's coming. I'm sure it is.
Okay.
But, when observing the other players, it wasn't a "oh man" fun kind of moment.
Right.
It was a very downer moment.
Yeah.
And so I knew at that stage I had to figure out a way to keep the fun in the game, and still be able to to make it feel like it's fair. Because the game is already full of thievery and backstabbing and very take that. We don't need the kind of just crappiness thrown in there as well. And especially if you got 8 people at the table, nobody can see what you're doing, like at the other end of the table, and so that just doesn't feel very fair whenever you really need to know what other value are at for strategy purposes. So yeah. All right, that's my soapbox moment.
Right. No, and I think that was beautiful. I think that was really what kind of a healthy addition to the game. I think it really kind of was a healthy move to it, because again, there's a difference between oh gosh, I got outsmarted, right? Which, even though it was kind of dirty, right, leaving the attachments to the end is kind of an outsmart you move, right? I mean, there's a point to that, but the sneaking in under and there's a strategy, and then there's just like, I mean, I guess I don't know. So I hear that. Yeah. And I think that is a healthy change to that.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right. Kitsune, your turn.
Oh. So this does affect all players. All thieves discard 5 prestige. For each prestige not discarded, gain 1 heat. Draw a new museum card after the result.
Well,
so
see, I only
have
4
a 5.
to get rid of.
I have a 5.
Just not discard any, and then just use the 4 to make your thing go back down.
He's got a point, because you can't go over 10.
True, he does have a point, but I think since it's only 1,000, I would rather get the
go all the way down to 1.
Right, I'd rather go all the way down to 1.
True.
Fair. That's fair.
Okay, so then this is discard and we draw a new museum.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Oh. Beowulf's armor.
Hmm. Okay.
Wow. This is tough at this point.
I'm taking a thief's card because I have nothing to bid.
Okay.
Another thing that it's been kind of lax in this game, but the declaration of whether you're bidding or taking a card starts with the lead thief and then goes around the table. We've been kind of lax. We've been kind of lax on that so far. But sometimes it can be an important strategy to know who else is bidding before you decide, kind of thing. Which, by the way, I am not bidding.
I am bidding, so. I didn't realize that players announced before the bidding starts.
Each player declares if they want to enter a bid or draw a card in the order from lead thief going around the table, and then after you have declared whether you want to enter a bid or not, then you take the action. So if you say I enter a bid, you go ahead and enter your bid, and if you decide you want to draw a card, then you draw a card.
What's that bid at? Well,
it puts me at victor, I think. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So that's 2, 5,
11.
7, 11. Yeah, he's at 11. I drew a card, but it didn't help, so I can't do anything.
I can't either.
That dinosaur skull looks really nice.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it looks nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. Phase 4.
You sure you don't want to try and win it and steal the armor with 10?
Right, because you're at 6.
Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's risk it for the biscuit.
Risk biscuit.
Yep.
Let's
risk
risk
your armor.
Me and Chris have already admitted we can't do anything about it, so
Right.
So it's just down to you and Will now.
Pay my
All right, Kit.
David asked if there was any 5K items in the virtual deck here.
There is not. The Ark of the Covenant was the $5,000 item. It has been removed from the base set. So the base set only has up to $4,000 items, and it has a good balance of those versus the 1, 2, and 3,000s. The only way to get things that are worth 5,000 is through either achieving the stretch goals on the Kickstarter, or after the game is published, whichever way we end up publishing it, through Kickstarter or not, then those bigger cards would be available through expansions only.
Okay,
ready?
It may all come down to this flip, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's see.
1, 2,
1,
3, 5,
Oh!
3.
Ooh.
Is it mine?
That's yours.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yay!
So then you take 2 heat points from that. Not that that'll do much to you.
Not really.
Nope. No, there's nothing I can do.
And then phase
Well,
5.
There is one thing I can. I'm going to make his armor legendary. Now he's at 12,000.
You know what? Kit, you played well. You 13,000.
No, put it on his teeth. There you go.
Put on the teeth, yeah. Put on the
Antique vampire teeth.
Yeah.
There you
Okay,
go.
so
Yeah, none of us have thief cards. Kitsune,
phase 6.
you can end this at any
Pass.
time.
And
Yep.
that's phase 6 turn.
That's
down.
it. That's game.
That's the game.
Can I just say I'm so glad that Kitsune won and not Chris.
I'd like to be happy it's my first game and I won.
Oh my goodness.
I will point out that I played this game a little different, and I ended up with the same result as the playthrough the first time, which was with no artifacts.
But see, that's what
I was
you get
holding
for...
on to this in case anyone tried playing that 2 cards again on me in the heat.
Yeah, that's a good one to hang on to. Well, you know, Chris, this is what you get for playing the crappy strategy of just being a crappy person.
Sorry,
So,
you know
Chris,
I deserve that.
Why would you ever help Kitsune out that way? Take the armor. Why did you do that to me?
I don't know. Will, we're at time, so that's why.
We're at time, man.
No,
Yeah, sure.
that's what it is. No,
I definitely. I have to go. I'm gonna have to go look at this though.
Kit never
actually,
wins games against me, so this is his way.
Is it really? There's a comment there that says, "At least our streak of beating the guest at their own game stands." Like, is it really?
Oh no, they lost. They lost
because
to Sean.
Chris didn't win. So Chris of Geekspiel did not win.
Kit is of the Geek Spiel, though. So
I am of the Geek Spiel. I'm
we
the
are all
of the Geek Spiel.
even you're of the Geek Spiel, so technically Geek Spiel always wins.
So even if won, then technically Geekspiel would win. That kind of sounds like one of those crappy strategies to me.
Yes, it is.
Well, I will claim this as the win for the cabot. So.
Oh, that's right.
Chris, do you want to go around the table and each of us so we give final thoughts and like?
That's exactly what I was going to do, Will. So why don't you start?
Sure. As I said before, take that mechanics, love them. This game is everything I love and encompasses that. Take that mentality. Balance throughout the game was like insanely tight, as we saw, because like you think that you have it, and then all of a sudden somebody just comes out from the rafters and is like, "Oh yeah, no, you don't."
Well, I came from nothing.
Right, and well, not only that, like Kitsune. The entire game was like behind you, and then
because they made me lose all my stuff.
Right. But no, I love the balance. I love how you have to stay aware of like everything that's happening in the game. Super excited for the Kickstarter. I think that it definitely caters to a certain personality type, and I think that there's some people that won't like it because I know there's a lot of people that just take that games. But outside of that, I think it's really tight. The mechanics are there, and great take that game. So yeah.
Out of 4 years of playtesting, and 3 of those years being this kind of version of it, I've had one person sit down and say that they didn't. Out of all the conventions I've been to and the hundreds of playtests that I've done, I've only had one person at the end of the game go, "No, I don't really like it," and then kind of walk off.
So
and then one of my
troll? Were they a cave troll?
I don't know. Like I asked him for an explanation, and he said, "Oh, I just don't like these types of games." And I said, "Well, why did you play it? Because I told you what the game was." And he said, "Well, I just wanted to see what it was, and it was what you said it was, and I just don't like those kind of games."
Oh my god, that is like wow.
As a designer,
those kind of people.
It was a completely grueling experience as a designer because I had to sit there and watch him be bored and just like judging everything about the game and just not liking anything that was happening with it. I don't remember if he won or lost, but I could tell that like something wasn't right, and he's like, "I just don't like it," and I was like, "That explains it, but why did you put me through this?"
Right.
When he walked away, did you like cue the Evil Morty music? Da, da, da. Just your nemesis was born that day.
something like that. But yeah, otherwise it's been very well received among lots of different types of players. So yeah, it's.
Ben, did you have 9,000?
I did.
Okay, perfect. I'm just we have a shout out to our Discord. We have a little winner chicken dinner place where we announce who won each game, and I'm immortalizing Kit in that category.
Oh, nice. With me,
I'll put this next to my epic 69 score.
Well, you're second. Right. I mean, it also immortalizes me as very last with $0. So. Kit, what are your thoughts on the game?
So I actually came into this blind. To be fair, I actually hadn't seen it on the Discord, but I've been really busy lately. I actually enjoyed it a lot. like take that mechanics. Mostly I like playing that with my dad when I go visit him. This is something I'm definitely gonna go take to play with him. I may have already just backed it recently, just a second ago. But I
he's doing it as we speak.
Back that. No, I already did. I backed the big version, the big one, the last category. But it's something I loved playing, even with the moves. It's just like I'm going to be playing this game a lot more, so I definitely need to get my hands on it.
Awesome.
Yeah,
thank you for that.
I love a good take that mechanic as well. The problem I run into is a lot of the people I play games with are not big take that mechanic pieces. And so, most of the PvP style games that I have are longer, more rule adverse, take a while to set up. And so it's hard because, it's almost like a double whammy. Like no one wants to play a really long game with a mechanic they hate, right? But this, I think what I love about it is the portability and the quickness of it, and that it can encompass so many people. And I love how, like Ben said it perfectly with, even 4 players, that felt chaotic. And very back and forth. I mean, yes, it was the dirty move, but it was so much fun to see Ben come back with the, hey, here's this, and then by the way, discard all your artifacts, right? And that was fun, and I think it like Ben said earlier, there's a fun where it's like, oh, that left a bitter taste in my mouth, and then there's take that's like fun and enjoyable. So I like that it's a quick, easy setup. It's a quick, easy. I also love a player ability, and so I think your player abilities were fun. And yeah, I love how quick it was too. Because again, no one wants to play Game of Thrones, be stuck in it for 17 hours, and have a miserable time, right? This is something that can be done super quick. And then someone's like, I didn't like that, but it was quick, right? So I got out of it quick. And maybe even then, for someone who doesn't like gotcha, that is a fun way to be able to say, okay, maybe it didn't hurt me that much, and maybe they win the next time. And so it's nice. I like the speed to it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Well, I'm going to give you one last, plug. So do you want to talk about your Kickstarter and what you're hoping from us and our viewers?
Yeah, totally. So I put so much of my sweat and blood and tears into this game to make it as fun as possible, to make it accessible to as many different kinds of gamers as I can, for just a nice quick play that is just plain fun. That was my goal from the beginning, and I really hope that the viewers here and the people on the Discord will come and watch this playthrough and really understand better what the game is, because it's so hard to translate that into a Kickstarter page, even with videos. It's really hard to tell people, what kind of time they're looking at. Is it fun or is it not? When they're looking at a game on Kickstarter, and Kickstarter is so discerning anymore. 350 other tabletop games right now that I'm competing with. So all I can really say is that if you decide to back our game, you're not just backing another game on Kickstarter. You're backing me. You're backing my co-creator David. You're not just helping us creatively, but you are supporting the independent game industry, which, if I can be so boastful, I feel like independent games have so much more value in fun, in quality, in and just in time spent making the game. There's too many cash grabs out there just thrown at us by big companies, and you don't know what you're buying until you have it. And we've all had that moment where we've had the buyer's remorse when we pick up the game that we thought was going to be really cool. Well, I can guarantee you that this game is fun, and it is something that you can enjoy several times. And the more support that we get, then the more that we can do for it. So we're not just looking for money. We're looking for people that want to support the independent game industry, and that they want to see more good quality fun games getting published, and giving us the ability to do that. So if there's anything I can ask, just consider supporting us, even if it's only for $5 for the print and play. Maybe eventually you want to up your pledge to $20, but then it's only $20. $20, and you'll get everything. Play over and over, and just have a great primer game, or maybe the game of the evening. It's that's the most that I could say. And maybe even share this with somebody. If you thought this was really cool and you thought that this was a cool game, you really liked the feel of it. This tabletop simulator version is online and available. You can grab your friends and you can play Thieves Hoard virtually right now and test it out for yourself among your friends, and tell people about it, and share it on social media. Try to get it out there and get people looking at it and wanting to support it. That's my soapbox minute.
Awesome. No, that's great. I was going to say there are a couple of ways to play the game. As Ben mentioned, the TTS, but there's also the free printable demo for up to 4 players. So again, if you want a little bit of a print and play piece, you can get that as well. I would say, Will, you've done an amazing job with this TTS workshop, and I'm glad, Ben, we got an opportunity to get that made for you. So yeah, there are ways to play it. Get out there, check it. I know we're going to promote it over social media for the next 15 days or so, right? And we really hope that we see you get back. So
awesome.
On behalf of myself, Ben, Kit, Matt at the Mothership, and Will, thank you all. That's Table Crashers. Have a good night.
Good night, guys. Thanks.